Home. I'm going to give you an update with where we are with Tree of Totems and this journey of restoring village culture. Hmm. There's been a lot happening. There's been a lot of growth, a lot of amazing new connections that have been forming. And so I'm excited to share with where we are. Hmm. Now, as you know, village culture is the sense of restoring these ways that weaves us back into a sense of belonging and connection. It's a way of supporting our youth and initiating them into their gifts, their medicines, their sense of identity of who they are in the world. It's helping to support our adults and initiate them into new life stages, helping them reattune to what the Aborigine call their songline, right? It's restoring the elders back to the fire. So they had to honor a place there where we could be in council with them, listen into their stories, reflect, and be reminded of how to walk our path in a good way. It's restoring these ways of gathering together through the seasons around the fire for grief tending, celebrating, gathering the women, circling the men. A routine that brings us back into a sense of belonging with the land, with each other, with how we are each uniquely being dreamt into the world. So it's a big dreaming. It's a really big dreaming. So where we're at with Tree Totems is, we've landed on this land here about a year ago. And so we've spent this time really cultivating relationship, filling into each of the seasons and what they have to offer, right? What they want to invite us into. And so this year, the summer, we paused all our offerings, our vision quest, our rites of passage, our youth programs, in order to come close in and tend to the land. And we cleared off a lot of the debris, the fallen trees. We built up some fences. We crafted a space which community can now arrive into and have sacred space where people can camp. Where next year we have now prepared the space to begin the permaculture and regenerative design type of gardens, which we could all benefit from. Right. Now, another aspect of the sense of village building and what village building really is, and this is really important. This is why we paused all of our offerings this summer, was restoring village culture is restoring relationship. It's restoring relationship with the land and the ecosystem. It's restoring relationship with our youth, making connections with our youth, restoring relationship with our youth and the elders, with our adults. Because we are in this broken world and a broken system that has us conditioned to think we need to go and do things on our own. And there's competition and there's adversary, there's this transactional mindset. And so part of restoring village culture, restoring our relationship with what is it to really be and move through the seasons in togetherness, where we each can contribute our own gifts, our own medicine into the circle. And so we paused all our offerings this summer in order for me to come in and really begin to connect and cultivate relationship with place, the land, but also with the locals here, the local elders, the local medicine people, to begin relationship and conversations with the youth so that it's genuine, it's authentic, it's based on relationship and connection, right? And not something about transaction. And we've also begun the process of connecting in with the original people like the Wenatchee and the Yakama, the local Salish people here. I've been studying and learning the Lushootseed language and their customs so we can begin these rituals of reconciliation and healing so that together we can dream back the pieces of the song that weaves us into the village and that sense of togetherness. And so we've made a lot of connections, a lot of new relationships, weaving new people into this dreaming, restoring it in our hearts. And we're now at this point where we're right at the threshold of moving into autumn, which of course gives us entrance into Old Winter's Hut, the time of the shadows. And this is the time of village tending, where we are restoring these cultural ways of gathering around the fire through these oral traditions of storytelling and dialogue and ritual, bringing the elders back. We have that felt sense of restoring the village culture. And so this year, we're beginning a couple of our journeys, our yearly journeys, such as Earth Speech, which is a way of reattuning ourselves to these ancestral ways of belonging through the oral tradition. We are continuing our yearly program of Awakening the Sage, right, which is for those who are 40 years and above, who are ready to begin the harvesting of their life stories, healing their stories, healing their wounds, discovering what their gifts and medicine is that we can only now see because of the path we have walked. We've reached at that new vantage point. And now we can mature into that medicine, which is the beginning of training for becoming the elder, right? And this year, we're also focusing in on supporting our youth, particularly the gifted youth, and creating mentorships for them so that we could support them throughout this winter. And next summer, they will be ready for doing Vision Quest or another type of visual where they will be able to be tested and discover their own power and to be welcomed and drummed back into the community. And we are also helping the medicine people and people here in the local community specifically, and who wants to contribute their gifts and their medicine and be a part of this greater dreaming. And so we're really helping to craft and empower those people who can show up in their gifts. Okay? So this is going to be a big year. And it's really about still cultivating relationship. It's continuing to build relationship with the local indigenous elders and people to create the rituals of reconciliation. It's empowering our local people and elders and adults and youth to be able to show up and be a part. And we're doing all this so that next spring and into summer, we can begin this journey called Earthwise, which we can come together and have a really felt cultural experience with different elders of various traditions and cultures, ways of connecting in with the land, with song, with drums, with these traditional ways. And so there's a lot of beauty making happening here, a lot of magic. And I just want to give thanks to you for just being a part of this and this greater dreaming, right? It's a 200-year plan. 200-year plan. That's what Jake Swamp, an Iroquois elder, shared. And we recognize that what we can dream, we're not going to see the fullness of our dreaming in this lifetime. But what we can focus on is the foundations and to craft these foundations with such beauty, with such a life-giving force that our youth will be held in a way that they could take these dreamings so much further than what we can today. Because we're recognizing that we don't inherit today from our grandmother and our grandfather. Right? We're borrowing it from our children. And so we're restoring, we're decolonizing our broken system. We're re-indigenizing, we're coming back into these ancestral ways within our modern time that weaves us back into relationship with the land, with each other, with how we are each uniquely being dreamt into the world. If you have any questions, please reach out. An open book. I'm happy to share. I'm excited for everyone to be here and be a part of this very amazing experience that we are all a part of. So thank you. Much love. Om.